Bonjour, aujourd'hui je vais discuter le partitif et aussi nous allons pratiquer le partitif. Alors, allons-y. So, what is the partitif? So, the partitif is an article in French that is used to refer to something that cannot be counted. It's something that is uncountable. So, an example of this is je prends des baguettes. So, this translates to I take some baguettes. In this sentence, we do not know how many baguettes it is referring to. It could be 5 or 100 baguettes. It's an uncountable quantity, so we use des. So in comparison with indefinite articles. So indefinite articles are un, une, and des. And these refer to items that are whole. But in comparison, the partitive is du, de la, de l'apostrophe, or des. And they refer to a part of an item, not a whole quantity that can be counted. So the difference between these two is an item that is whole and an item that is not whole, and it's a quantity that can't be counted for the partitive. So as you can see, des is on both sides of this chart. So des can act as a plural indefinite article, or it can be a plural partitive article. So it's important to know that it can function as both. So how is it formed? To form the partitive, you take de plus the definite article. Like many other things in French, the article depends on the gender and the quantity of the noun it is referring to. So for a masculine singular noun, it's de plus le, and it contracts to do. For a feminine singular noun, it's de plus la, and that becomes de la. For a masculine singular noun with a vowel sound, it's de plus l'apostrophe, and it stays the same as de plus l'apostrophe. And finally, for plural, it's de plus les, and it becomes des. So here's some practice. So we're going to fill in the appropriate partitive based on the noun. So here's this sentence. Tu vas visiter blank lieu. So the noun lieu is masculine and it's plural. So we know that it's going to be des. Number 2, j'achète blank limonade. So we know that the noun limonade is feminine singular, so it's going to be de la. For number 3, nous buvons blank eau. So we know that this is a masculine singular noun and it starts with a vowel sound. Therefore, we know it's going to be de l'apostrophe. And number 4, vous prenez blank pain. So we know that pain is a masculine singular noun. So that would be do. So some more info. In English, we often omit the words some and any when we're speaking in conversational English. So someone might say, I would like cake. So in this sentence, you omit the word some. But in French, you cannot omit these words. So an example would be, je voudrais du gâteau. I would like some cake. You cannot say, je voudrais gâteau. There must be a partitive article. So this is very different from English because it's acceptable to omit some or any in English, but you cannot do this in French. So context also gives us some clues about if a noun can be counted or if it is uncountable. So in this first sentence, it's je vais prendre un jus. So in this sentence, we assume that this means I'm going to have a juice, and this is referring to just one juice. But in the next sentence, je vais prendre du jus. This means I'm going to have some juice. The exact quantity isn't known, so it could be more than one juice. So in the negative. So like we discussed in chapter 4, all partitive articles become a de or d apostrophe if there's a noun with a vowel sound right after when they follow a negative phrase. So this is similar to how indefinite articles also become de in the negative. So you will never see du, de la, de l'apostrophe, or des after a negative. For example, le chat boit du lait. In the negative, it becomes le chat ne boit pas de lait. So we change from du to de because of that negative. And this also applies for other negative expressions. So an example sentence is je visite toujours des musées quand je suis en France. But if you want to put this in the negative, you would say je ne visite jamais de musée quand je suis en France. And in the negative, the de often means any. So in this sentence, it was originally, I always visit museums when I'm in France. But then in the negative, it's I never visit any museums when I am in France. So the de translates to any. So there are plenty of expressions of quantity with de. Some of them include assez de, enough of, beaucoup de, a lot of, une boîte de, a box or can of, une bouteille de, a bottle of, un kilo de, a kilogram of, un litre de, a liter of, un paquet de, a package of, un peu de, few, a little or not much of, un tasse de, a lot of, une tasse de, a cup of, trop de, too much of, un verre de, a glass of. So also note that de can be often seen in expressions with avoir. So we have seen a lot of these before. Some of them include avoir de la chance, to be lucky, avoir de tort, avoir besoin de, and avoir l'air de. So some examples. The first sentence, est-ce que tu as une bouteille d'eau? So this translates to, do you have a bottle of water? Number 2, je pense que j'ai mangé assez de nourriture. I think I ate enough food. Number 3, ma mère achète un kilo de pommes à l'épicerie. My mother buys a kilo of apples at the grocery store. And number 4, hier j'ai reçu un paquet de cadeaux et beaucoup de bonbons parce que c'était mon anniversaire. Yesterday, I received a package of gifts and a lot of candy because it was my birthday. So in some cases, there are expressions with de. So some of these include bien de, which means many, la moitié de, which means half of, and la plupart de, which means most of. So some examples are, il y a bien des arbres dans notre jardin. There are many trees in our garden. J'ai mangé la moitié des pommes que ma mère a achetées. I ate half of the apples that my mom bought. And tu as reçu la plupart des cartes. You received most of the cards. So another quick note, plusieurs, which means many, and quelques, which means some or a few, do not take an article. So, elles ont bu quelques verres de limonade is an example in French. They drank some glasses of lemonade. So note that there is no de after quelques. So here's a quick recap. So as we discussed, the partitive is used to refer to a noun that is uncountable. Here's the different formation. If it's referring to a masculine singular noun, it's du. Masculine singular with the vowel sound, it's de l'apostrophe. Feminine singular is de la, and plural for masculine or feminine is de. And de is often used in a bunch of different expressions with quantity, and it is always seen as de after a negative expression. So that is all today for the partitive. Thank you.